Where's that button in there? And hello, Internet! It is I, your benevolent
Oh,
overlord,
Jesus, I didn't mute the stream. There we go. Whew.
SneakyDevil. And I bring to you tonight Fanfiction, Contempt, 9003. And I actually don't know what we're gonna do tonight, so because I've been playing too much Star Sector, and boy, is that game really not good for testing your morals and ethics.
What did you do?
Well, I cut an entire system off from communication and trading with the rest of the world, and then I proceeded to intercept all attempted convoys, and then I would seize all the goods of the convoy, and then sell the goods to that star sector for a massively inflated price of 400%.
So you're a normal capitalist.
If a normal capitalist guns down all their competition literally and then picks up the supplies they were going to sell off their cooling corpses, then yeah, I'm a normal capitalist.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're a 1940s capitalist.
Yeah, that sounds more like it. Right, so we got a lot of garbage today. Got a lot of garbage indeed. I'm really feeling this Naruto Warcraft crossover though, so I guess
Why are
we'll
you
do
feeling
that.
that? I thought you liked Warcraft.
Not anymore, really. They've really, really fucking murdered it, and I kind of just lost interest. Right, so that's gonna be the fanfic of the day. I'm gonna ping out everyone again. You absolute cunts. I know you literally have nothing better to do. At Orf, that means you.
Charming as always, aren't you, Sneaky?
I try to be. I mean, it's not like this is a new time period or anything. Literally, we've been at this time period for the past fucking forever. Yay. Thank you for your valiant subscription, Arn. I really appreciate such messages. I'm glad I don't
You
get
know,
pinged for
for
this.
someone who claims to hate the show as much as he does, very faithful subscriber. We appreciate that.
Yeah, very faithful indeed. Okay, you know what? Let's minor technical difficulties. Please ignore my incapabilities. Yo, Sneaky, are you gonna revisit that fanfic generator bot site? I mean, I'm actually feeling pretty spry tonight, and I am.
Honestly, I like the bot's funny, but like it gets old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm feeling pretty spry tonight, and so if we get through a couple of fanfics and I'm pretty deep into a bottle, maybe I'll do that to close off the night or something. So anyway, we have a guy who's using the Mozilla Firefox alternative logo as a profile picture, calls himself Pyro Control, and he's written a Warcraft Naruto crossover story called Naruto Chaos Rising. And of course, it goes without mentioning that, as per Twitch guidelines, I have been remiss in not reminding you all to not contact these authors. But to be fair, for the past couple of fanfics we've covered, they have in fact asked for people to comment. So, you know, it's 50-50. It's not like I have 1,000 people that are going to give 1,000 shit posting reviews. I got like 10 people, and maybe one might leave a review. That one person's usually me, because I'm drunk, and I just leave a really shit review. But that's not the point tonight. The point tonight is a Warcraft Naruto crossover. It's probably going to be hot garbage. We all know it's going to be hot garbage. It's called Chaos Rising. It's got some edgy fucking name. It's going to be dumb. So just strap in, boys and girls. In an alternative universe where the Ten Tails was never revived, the Fourth Shinobi War kept going for 3 more years. During combat, Naruto was magically teleported into Warcraft. Please leave reviews.
Any elaboration on that, author? No.
No,
Okay.
no, he was just randomly teleported into Warcraft. See, I think I know why the author did this. So the reason why the author did this is so they can basically kill off the entire Naruto cast and can basically say whatever Naruto's personality is X now because I want Naruto to be this like edgy boy. You're already dead. Teleports behind you. Teleports in front of you. Teleports to your sides. Kills your family character. But you know, I can't say if that's true or not. But this is version 2 of the story. Because the author note reads as the following. Hi, Pyro Control here. I don't know. I didn't realize that you could write that, Pyro Control. I'm so glad that you've identified yourself on your own story, on your own account. I've decided to rewrite my first chapter because I was unsatisfied with it. And frankly, a lot of people were unsatisfied with it. So here's version 2.
I bet he's used to people being unsatisfied.
No, it's Pyro Control Arn. He used Zero Control because Pyro Control was likely taken. But no, it's Pyro Control. As you can see here in the author's note, he refers to himself as Pyro Control. This is one of the few times I will accept personal pronouns. Note that most of the plot remains the same in this V2. In fact, the first scene is nearly identical, except I made it smoother. The battles are drastically different. I made them longer to fit my standards as well as portray Naruto's view of the undead. I'm already worried.
I mean,
Holy shit, Arn's right.
What?
That is a 0 after. Huh. Damn. In the dark room, 2 men and a woman was conversing on the subject of peace. Was conversing. I see we're starting off strong. Before they reached a
They
conclusion.
could just be violently Southern.
The man attached to a machine started. In you, I can see a different future. I will believe in you, Uzumaki Naruto. Pine, the leader of Akatsuki and the man responsible for the destruction of Konoha, said slowly as he began his jutsu. He also locked eyes with the other man, Uzumaki Naruto, the hero of Konoha, and the Jinchuriki of the Kubi. Suddenly, Naruto felt weird as his eyes began to stay. Oh, of course, and he gave Naruto the Rinnegan through eye contact. And I can't really even say anything because fucking with how much Kishimoto jacked off to the eye dojutsus, that sounds like a completely reasonable power to have. Sure. I'm gonna stare at you so hard I gave you my eyes. Fuck it, why not? Nagato, what are you doing? Doing both techniques will definitely cause you to die if the first one doesn't. Nagato weakly smiled as he replied. Jiraiya once said that the Rinnegan was the gift from Kami-sama herself, and he kept going on how I would be the savior of the world. I have placed my hope on him, and if he is truly an Uzumaki, then it's time. He receives his heirloom. With that finished, Nagato also completed both his techniques, but only called one out. Gedo Rinne Tensai no Jutsu. Nagato called out, and at the same time, the concentrated chakra flowed from Nagato's eyes into Naruto, and they both grunted in pain. Naruto from being used to such pain, Nagato from concentrating on both techniques. That makes no fucking sense. What? Naruto grunted because he was used to the pain. What? Outside, a statue erupted, and its mouth opened, spilling bright light. Once it has ended. Yeah.
I still don't understand what's going on or why.
Nagato stared so hard at Naruto that he gave his eyes to Naruto. Does that clear anything up?
Yeah, it clears everything up.
Good. I'm glad, because that's basically the entire premise of what's going to happen from now on. Right, so, yeah, just some canon stuff happens, some people get shit back, Naruto has a Rinnegan, blah blah, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Now that he is gone, so will I from organization. What?
Is Organization 13 gonna show up?
Amakakura stands behind you, Naruto. And then she produced origami flowers. Consider it a peace offering. What? And then Conan disappeared into Paper Swarm, and then wrapped Nagato in paper as well. And then they all disappeared. And then 3 years later, after Power Up is finished doing Power Up.
Sounds good to me. Not like we needed any kind of development or writing or...
Yeah, no, it just fast forward 3 years into a war that should be entirely different because Naruto has the Rinnegan now.
Naruto has the Rinnegan. That changes literally everything.
Also, the whole reason why the Zetsu, like the whole reason why the war ended the way it did was because literally the Zetsu clones got fucking fodderized. And Toby was like, well, fucking shit, now I gotta actually gotta get in there and do shit. And so that whole sequence of events occurred. So I'm not really sure how saying, oh, there was more Zetsus, and then somehow we were being overwhelmed by the number of Zetsus. Like,
there were too many Zetsus. Okay.
Okay, I mean, all right, I guess. Yeah, I know, Isley. Yeah, and the fact that the Renegon was required for the, yeah. And Sasuke is, for some reason, just randomly still evil. So I guess he never got his character arc in this story, where he stopped being temporarily evil. Question mark. Just
Don't ask me. I don't know shit about this thing.
and then they started fighting and stuff. And they're fighting, and it's really cringy, and they're shooting shit at each other. And then Naruto shot Gravity at a space distortion, and just like accidentally wormholed them, and then they exploded. Um, then Jaina was just sitting there reading a book, and then a guy just materialized out of nothing and crashed into rocks, and she's like, "Wow, that probably hurt him." Hello, Sarah.
I mean, here's the thing, right? I could understand Jada being like, it's fucking Tuesday again.
That's new. That just reminds me of the time I was playing WoW during Wrath of the Lich King, and I took the portal because I played Horde. I took the portal from Dalaran to Orgrimmar,
Yes.
and I teleported into a white mist. I'm like, the fuck's going on here? I was like, oh, I guess it's still loading or something like that. It's got to pop the textures in. So I'm sitting there for like a couple minutes. I'm like, oh, well, it's, my character's running in place. And so I stopped running, and my character kept doing the running animation. I'm like, oh, this is taking a while for the textures to pop in, and now I'm lagging and stuff. So I'm moving my camera around trying to figure out if any of the textures are popping in. And I just happened to look down, and the textures that I can see are getting bigger. I'm like, that's weird. It looks like I'm falling. Oh shit, I'm falling. And yeah, so I took the portal, and instead of spawning me in Orgrimmar, it, for whatever reason, spawned me about 10 minutes above Darkshore.
So, did you like hit ground? Did you die? What happened?
Not only did I finally land on the ground and instantly die, of course, I did it in front of a level 7 Alliance character on a PvP server. So this level 7 Alliance character just had a level 80 Death Knight in full PvP gear just drop out of the sky in front of them and die instantly.
Now here's the real question. Did his auto attack let him get in one hit so he got all the XP?
No. No. No.
Oh my god, can you imagine how many levels he would have gained from that?
0, because you don't gain XP from PvP in WoW?
Shh. We're trying to make the
No. So I called the GM.
We're trying to make it sound like every bad MMO in a whatchamacallit.
China, Korean, Japan.
I would say light novel, but
oh yes. No. I called the GM over, and the GM was like, "Oh, so I read your report, and I'm not really sure if I understand this correctly. You're in Darkshore, yep, and you took a portal, from Dalaran, yeah, to Orgrimmar, yep. So how'd you end up in Darkshore? That is what I want to know myself."
I'm sorry, but what the hell, GM?
And he's like, okay, well, hold on. Let me go through the server logs to see what happened. And he gets back to me like a couple minutes later. He's like, "Yeah, it's showing right here. It just spawned you in Darkshore, about like at these coordinates, around 10 minutes above Darkshore." I was like, "Yeah, that sounds right." He's like, "Well, I have never seen or heard of this ever happening before. So, sorry about that." He resurrects me, gave me a bunch of gold and as an apology, and I ended up in the hotfix patch notes of the next day. Portals from Dalaran now properly put you where you're supposed to be.
Not 10 minutes into the sky.
This is
But
a Naruto
I didn't think-
fanfiction, yes. This is a Naruto fanfiction.
But wait, when was this? Because I didn't think the stuff went that high.
This was Wrath of Lich King.
Oh yes, so they would have put the flying ceiling in.
As far as I'm aware, is there even a ceiling in WoW?
Well, I mean, there
'Cause
were places where they didn't want people flying. I know that.
Well, yeah, but I know they put a ceiling in when the flying was enabled, but is there a ceiling in WoW normally?
I thought there was because there were spots they didn't want people to be able to look down into or something.
Oh yeah, that's right. The whole world tree problem. Yeah.
Why are we talking about ceilings in
Oh,
video games?
because this is a Naruto Warcraft crossover in which Naruto has the Renegon for some stupid ass reason, and he was fighting Sasuke, and they shot their techniques at each other, and then Naruto got wormholed into World of Warcraft, and he ended up materializing into World of Warcraft, like a bunch of feet above a bunch of rocks that he then impacted. And Jaina made a comment of, "Wow, that hurts," and I was just telling everyone about the time that I took a portal from Dalaran into Orgrimmar during Wrath of Lich King, and it spawned me 10 minutes above the Darkshore map, which is a not even anywhere
Completely
close.
unconnected location.
Yeah, not even anywhere close to Orgrimmar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or let's be clear, it's also not anywhere close to
It's not anywhere close to any city, frankly.
Dalamar. Dalamar.
Dalamar?
Yes, Dalamar. Fuck you. It's a place.
Alright. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so, the human, the man, Jaina now identified as the, that was a, okay. That's a very odd wording. Groaned as he sat up, revealing black undershirt that stretched his entire body, with armor plates that covered his torso, forearms, thighs, shins.
Sneaky. It stretched through his body.
So it
You
did.
see, it was surgically implanted.
Oh boy. That's gotta be horrifying, right? To just be like, wait.
Oh no, his
I see
textures
just
are
under your
glitching
skin.
out. He's clipping.
Oh dear. Oh boy.
Which probably cushioned his fall. No. Falling onto metal did not, in fact, cushion your fall. That I can
Falling onto
100%
metal-
confirm. Falling onto metal does not cushion your fall.
Nonsense.
No. Listen, it's like Dark Souls. Just put on heavier armor to cushion the fall damage.
Of course, yes.
No, I don't think even Dark Souls did that. I think Dark Souls was the heavier your armor, the more it hurts.
Yeah, I do specifically remembering the cheap way of getting down in that pit in Dark Souls 2 was to strip off all your armor, get the encumbrance weight increasing thing and the dodge roll increasing thing, and then just pray.
Yeah, in Dark Souls 2 at least, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a thing in Dark Souls 1.
I mean, it wasn't really a thing in Dark Souls 1 or 3 because there isn't really any scenario in which falling is a necessity or some form of item hiding.
Fall damage was just
I mean, the only
pretty
place where it
static
was like
in
a
Dark Souls 1
thing
and
was
3.
in
DLC in Dark
I
Souls
can't
3?
think. That it was that area that was locked off, had the tower. You get the Chloranthy ring from it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess yeah that, but that's like not
Yorshka's-
anywhere near the platforming bullshit in Dark Souls 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Souls.
Yorshka's
Souls 2
tower, maybe.
Wow, Arn. Fucking oof. Someone call the ambulance. uh Anyway, looking at speaking rapidly in a language she did not understand and most certainly did not recognize. It sounded nothing like any of Elven dialects or even common. As she walked up, the man noticed her, comma, and comma, before she could blink, comma, was behind her, comma, a blade to her neck. Jesus fucking Christ, author. Do you think you got enough fucking commas in there?
I think
Well,
what angers
first
me
of
the
all,
most-
we have Naruto pulling a knife on someone. Just
yeah, Naruto,
immediately.
of all people.
Yeah, immediately, yeah.
Well, you know, this is a great instance of the English language being like, if this was a fighting game, the comma would be like not S tier, it'd be God tier. It would be this needs a nerf right now. That's technically correct. Where he's got these placed, and that angers me.
Silently sweating, comma, she started speaking. Whoa.
Okay,
Hold
no,
on.
hold on a minute. This is Jaina Proudmoore. She would not be worried about someone with a knife to her throat. First of all, she has ice block. Like, I'm pretty sure if you consult the patch notes for WoW, it's just permanently cast on her at all times. Like, Sneaky, yes or no? Second of all, she has she's look, whatever the level cap in it is in WoW, she's at least 20 levels
Well,
above
I mean,
that.
not only that, she has
mage-wise.
Blink, she has Teleport, she has Arcane Shield, several immobilization, because she's an Ice Mage, so several immobilization techniques. She's got a lot of shit, and she's also very smart. Teleport behind you isn't exactly going to be effective against an Ice Mage.
For crying out loud, teleports behind you. All right, great.
Blinks
It's not like she
forward.
hasn't fought Sylvanas. It's not like she hasn't fought oh, what's her face? Angry Rogue Girl.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about, but yes.
Blood Elf, green
Yeah,
eyes.
I no shit.
I'm seeing if anybody else knows, dude.
The Blood Elf has green eyes. Fucking wow.
Hey, some of them are edgy
Yeah,
like
Valeria.
Kael'thas, and they have deep green eyes.
Fucking, I'll stab you in the throat and you'll have green.
What does that even mean, Sneaky? Oh, long day at work, buddy.
Oh, dude, you have no fucking idea. Guy, one of these fucking banks, man. I'm gonna stab whoever is in charge.
That bad, huh?
But let me put it this way. They want to store a lot of things at our location. Then they request per day only 0.001% of that money back. We do not have the storage space for all of their money.
Oh,
Congratulations, Sneaky.
okay.
You're a billionaire. Or at least you get to feel like a billionaire for 2 seconds.
Also, casually, $3.6 million was misplaced today.
What do you
that-
mean?
Is that the kind of info you should be sharing on a stream unmuted?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, no one will ever know what happened. Just a lot of money was misplaced.
Oh boy.
And I
That's-
honestly, for a couple minutes, genuinely thought one of the people in charge of that just walked off with it. Because it was in a very compact form, and I was just like, I mean, if
Wait,
you were ever
wait.
gonna walk off with money,
I gotta know,
guess
was
it
this
might
like
as well be
shrink
3.6
wrap?
million.
Also, what about die packs? Like,
There is no die packs in these.
oh, so you really could just walk off with that?
Oh, you could. And it is very concealable in what they sent it in. I was just like, oh wow, if someone ever walked off with this, we wouldn't even know.
I mean, I think you would.
No, well, we would know it's gone, but we wouldn't know who walked off with it.
I mean, that's why banks have security cameras literally everywhere.
Oh, you know, that implies that the camera that it was caught on camera, which not always guaranteed.
I see.
Yes. Casually walk away with $3.3 million. Yeah, I mean, if you were ever going to choose a point in time to quit your job and heist the money you're supposed to be transporting, I would think $3.3 million is a pretty good starting point. I'm just saying, you know. Of all the times to play pirate.
It's definitely better than like heavy holiday season when I was still working at GameStop. And Major Crack joke like, guys, we got like $50,000 here. We could run off to Mexico, and we all just look at him like, why would you do that for anything less than $1 million minimum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
We all just look
Yeah.
at him like, what the fuck are you talking about, manager?
That's
Yeah,
a terrible idea.
It was hundreds. It was all in hundreds, which is why I'm saying it could be walked off with.
Oh, jeez,
It was only
Louise, yeah.
100s. And I was just like, oh, oh damn. Oh.
Well, and like that's one of those things, right? Like you find it, like right, like you buy a GPS marker from some dude on Craigslist in cash, and you just cash that, and you come back 40 years later.
To find the US dollar has completely collapsed and it's worthless.
And you go, damn it, I should have dug this up 4 years ago.
Basically.
Sneaky, they dig up $3 million and go, yes, I can buy bread this week.
I can buy the toilet paper.
That just made me upset.
No, you know what makes me upset, Max? I went to my local supermarket and their entire toilet paper aisle, including paper towels, has been cleared out. And I'm just sitting here like,
Again?
we have 12 confirmed cases in my area. 12. And 11 of them are old people in the same location.
Is the 12th one of the people who works there?
Yeah, and he's been quarantined. So it's like, and we haven't had any new cases since. And it's like, okay, why is everyone fucking still panic buying toilet paper?
Because the U.S. economy will be shut down for a week.
Yeah.
Longer than that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, no, it's just, Anyway, Jaina's like, well, hold on. And then Naruto's like, oh, okay.
In other words, Jaina's gonna act like not Jaina.
Yeah. And then Naruto's gonna back away and be like, oh, wow, you can actually talk? And Jaina's like, wow,
What?
you know comment?
You can actually talk. You see someone sitting there with a book.
Yes. And Jaina's like, oh, you know common? what's your name? And he's like, oh, well, my name is, wow, I completely forgot what my name was. Well, my name's Naruto Namikaze. I'm from Konoha, a village hidden in leaves. Who are you? I am Jaina Proudmoore, leader of the Alliance Survivors from Lordaeron. Where is Konoha? Oh, damn, she doesn't know where Konoha is, which is totally strange since everyone knows where Konoha is. She said...
Once again, proving
by the
it
way,
does not
he's
deserve the title Village Hidden in the Leaves.
By the way, he's speaking all of this out loud. She said she's a leader from somewhere named Lordaeron. Now let's review Kamui. Teleportation technique. The Rakuto Senin notes says space distortion. Oh my god. He looks at her. She looks at him. We're lost. And then James giggles.
We're lost.
So I've noticed. Can you tell me what happened? Well, Jaina, I want you to sit down because it's going to be a long, long story.
Boy, have I got bad news for you, Naruto. Nothing you say to Jaina is going to phase her. So I was fighting a god.
Yeah,
Hey, that's
much.
a Tuesday.
Except, no, he did none of that, though. Remember?
You're right. This Naruto is far less impressive than the other Naruto. And,
Indeed.
let's be clear here. Nothing in Naruto canon would phase her for a minute.
More or less, no, not at all. Anyway, so, the instant he said that... Oh, wait, hold on. First off, what do you know about parallel worlds? The instant he said that, Jaina knew this was going to be a long discussion. And fast forward to after
Okay, I gotta
he
ask,
explained everything.
why is Naruto the one informing Jaina about this stuff?
Because reasons and stuff, and yeah. You got it all that? Yeah? Good.
Sure, why not?
And so they talk a bunch, and none of it makes any sense. Blah, 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 undead stuff. Blah, 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 blah.
Also, why is she acting like Naruto would have some kind of hatred for the undead? Like...
Does she?
No, the author. So Naruto can make his views on undead clear. Naruto doesn't care.
I don't
Naruto
know.
would use talk no jutsu.
Anyway, so Naruto's just sitting there talking to Jaina about their boy troubles, and Naruto just drops the fucking conversation bomb of, oh yeah, by the way, I'm a child soldier. And Jaina's just
Okay,
like,
I mean, look.
Excuse you? You want to fucking explain that?
Okay.
I mean, how old was Jaina when she had the whole thing with oh my god, I can't remember. Come on, edgy blonde boy, Arthas.
Oh, she was around 20 or something, 20 plus, easily.
Oh yeah, I guess they were.
Yeah.
But still, like, she'd been training to be a mage for many years before that. Just like Arthas had been training to be a paladin. Like,
yes, but that's like saying that someone going for a medical degree is a child physician. You know, they've been training since childhood for the medical degree. It's like, no.
No, but there's a big difference between, because let's be real. By the time Jaina hits 18, she could do whatever she wanted. Like, magically speaking.
No. She's the daughter of...
No, I'm saying on a
leader.
magical level, Sneaky. She could do anything. Compared to where she is in Warcraft 3. Obviously, if we're talking about, level 120 Jaina who's 40 years old or whatever.
No, dude, she's like fucking 50 now.
Oh, boy.
Oh shit, if she's like fucking 50 now, that means, oh, she's way older in Warcraft 3 than we thought.
Well, how old is she? Come on, let's go find out.
Seems like something that would be easily acquired.
Yeah. Come on, Wiki. No, I don't need to know who voices Jaina Proudmoore. I mean, there's some definite gray in that hair.
Yeah, there is absolute gray. God damn, I typed age and it's like, do you mean mage? No!
Okay, so she's gone from Jaina Proudmoore to Granny Proudmoore now.
Third War, Kalimdor. Do we? Alright, Blizzard. I'm down with it.
How old?
No, Jaina in the comics.
Just tell me how old she is, for crying out loud, guys.
Like, she has been through a fucking lot.
Yeah. Whoa! What the hell? Sorry, I just saw Comic Jaina. Boy.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
Why did we not have that model in Warcraft 3, Blizzard?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a year ago. Depends on the age of the Get the fuck out.
Okay, so 21 years from the start of Reign of Chaos to the Iron Horde invasion. And she was around 22-ish in Warcraft 3.
I mean, I would say that's a lot of gray in her hair for a 44-year-old, but she's been through a lot.
She has been through a significant amount. According to Wowpedia, she's 35, but I'm gonna fucking slam the X to doubt on that one.
Like, listen. I mean, her face is way too gaunt for a 35-year-old. Like, gray hair will put down to, like, the stresses of the arcane and the fact that her boyfriend became an evil jackass.
I mean, yeah, but... So, supposedly, Arthas was around 26 when he put the crown on, and Jaina was maybe a year younger than him. And it's been 21 years, up to 22 years, Warlords of Draenor, ending. So that's 48-ish. And then Legion happened, and then Battle for Azeroth happened. So I would put her around 55 now. Yeah. So yeah, age 55, Jaina has a lot more strength and oomph in her magic than age 26 Jaina, who was mainly restricted to just ice spells and teleportation and blinking. Anyway, so Naruto's got this really jaded view on child soldiers for some reason, even though his culture completely exalts it, and he is totally fine, as we saw in canon, with his own child becoming a child soldier, and in fact encourages him. So, for some reason, Naruto paradoxically hates being a child soldier, and totally hates all of his culture, and just has a really disgusting view of it all.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Didn't he spend his entire young life going, if only I could be a child soldier?
Yes. And he also loudly proclaimed that he wants to be the leader of the child soldiers. So, yeah.
And didn't he want to become, in fact, the leader of the child soldiers because he wanted to be the best one ever?
Yes. And Jaina was horrified, and Naruto decided to continue because of it. But our village is totally different. We prioritize teamwork over child soldiers.
My village of child soldiers is completely different. We encourage teamwork in our child soldiers.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
Look,
Cloud had a pretty hardcore graduation exam.
like, for crying out loud, he might as well have finished the statement with, listen, only one out of every, like 20 kids gets done in by their teammates, right?
Only. 4 wars in 70 years.
Okay, well, I mean, come on, compare that to, like, Sound, which is like, yeah, we usually have starting classes of 200,000. By the time we finish, the graduating class is 30,000? 30.
So this is
30
a great
kids.
line that you'll get lots of humor out of. So we had 4 wars in 70 years.
Yes, Isley
4
does
wars
raise the
in
best
70
point.
years. Oh my god, how many lives were lost? This is Jaina saying that, and all of us are just sitting here like we know exactly what's gonna happen in World of Warcraft future, and it's like, yeah, 4 wars
how
in
old
70
is,
years, you're gonna...
Hold on, when is this? What
This
Jaina
is,
is
I'm
this?
assuming this is young Jaina, because the author is shipping her and Naruto together.
Well, and she's the leader of the,
Survivors. Yeah, so this is probably pre-Thrall.
No, could be post, the throne.
Oh, no, wait, no, no. Yeah, pre-Thrall, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, pre-Thrall, I get you.
Yeah. So Arthas took up the mantle. Jaina fled to Kalimdor. And I'm assuming she hasn't met Thrall yet. Yeah, Jaina being horrified over 4 wars in 70 years. It's like, you got a lot of shit coming at you soon.
Oh, meanwhile, this shit would be like 4 wars in 70 years? Man, you guys are doing great.
That's fucking
Naruto.
rookie
I'm
numbers.
sorry.
You gotta pump them numbers up.
Only 4 wars in 70 years?
Holy
and only one of them had an angry god? You guys are doing great.
I'd love to move there.
Can we move, please? Please?
Anyway,
I promise,
nobody
we
tallies anymore. It's impossible to tally how many we lost. Naruto. Yeah? Your village is mercenaries, right? Could I hire you? Will you work for me? Well, okay, I guess I could do that, as long as I get to go home. And that's non-negotiable.
What? Naruto! What kind of ninja contracts have they been teaching you about?
Oh, no, that was his one condition. Like, no matter what else she asks him to do, what kind of payment he asks, that's the one condition on the board, is that he actually gets to go home. Which, I mean, I guess would make more sense if Naruto knew, Jaina knew shit about teleportation and portaling. But he doesn't, so I'm not really sure why he's like, well, I demand you let me go home if I can.
Also, I don't think this Jaina can do that.
She can use portals.
But can she send him home?
No! But if she knows about the magic of portals and teleportation, I would assume it's possible since Medivh did it.
Okay, but let's be real. Okay, look, 50-year-old Jaina, yes, that is Medivh's level. In fact, she can probably go to Medivh and say, get on my level.
Medivh has been, squaring up with some, cosmic entities, so...
Okay, but
not
how
quite.
long has he been jobbing it?
For quite a while.
Now remember, children, the Fel is very bad. You see, the Fel is necromantic. See, I'm going to perform magic by pulling the life out of that deer. Didn't you just use the Fel to do that? Well, yes, but it's okay for me, not you, kids.
Anyway.
And then Medivh let Gul'dan in.
Shut up. We don't
No.
talk about that.
What?
We don't talk about that.
You're right. Medivh certainly doesn't.
I'll put many people as I can to research that if you want. Very well, I will come. I accept your offer. What is my mission?
Jaina, that's like Look, first of
Jaina
all,
started. She was not used to people answering her in a military fashion. Nor was she expecting to be answered
What?
that.
What?
Hi, mercenary person. I would like to hire you. All right, and what were you going to pay me in? The exact thing you want. Very well, Lady Jaina Proudmoore. What is my mission? For me to undertake. Wow, I didn't expect you to accept that and act like a military soldier. What?
Okay.
Just fucking weird. First, you need to rest. It has been a long day for you as well. We need report in tomorrow. I need to determine your abilities. Naruto saluted. Oh, okay. Don't call me ma'am or Lady Proudmoore. Call me Jaina. Then call me Naruto, Jaina. Naruto. Not giving the person a nickname. Are you sure we read the same series? Because I don't think this is the same Naruto. Anyway, so
I don't. Naruto doesn't really give people nicknames much.
he's given all of his leaders nicknames.
has he?
Yeah.
Did he
No,
change Kakashi at
what do
all?
you- No, Kakashi was always Kakashi Sensei. And he doesn't call Tsunade. That's not a nickname. He's calling her Granny.
I
That-
mean, it is technically a nickname in that
Okay, well,
he's not calling her Lady Hokage or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like,
And Hokage, he was always calling Old Man.
Yes. Which is effectively a nickname.
I mean, to be fair, it seemed
in
like
this particular context, Sneaky is correct.
well, what would he call someone who's presumably like maybe 2 years his senior at this point?
I don't know.
I don't know. Scary Mage Lady?
Does he know that's what she is yet?
We never actually got told any of that. It just kind of skipped that whole conversation part and was like time skip to after Naruto explaining everything. And then
So
Jaina
she
hired
didn't
him.
Okay, so he explained everything. She didn't explain shit.
Apparently I wasn't really paying attention. Oh,
Your
fucking
entire
there goes
job
the
is to-
vodka. God damn it. I went to go grab the shot glass and just stuck my entire fucking hand into it.
Good job.
You can't Sneaky. You can't just yes, she is in command of the entire army of Lord Run. And yes, she is literally an admiral's daughter.
Yeah.
She would have been addressed in a military fashion by soldiers her entire life.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because she's Lady Proudmoore. Even when she was 10, she was Lady Proudmoore. That's
Yep.
how that works.
Alright then.
Also, she is a completely OP mage, and everyone was like, Jesus fucking Christ, she's a prodigy.
Holy cow, she's really good at being a mage. Look, even the elves were impressed at her magic.
Yep. It goes like Medivh and then Jaina.
Aren't the elves like super snooty about that kind of stuff? And
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, Max, they were so snooty, they accidentally the world. Called the Maelstrom.
Okay.
It's a super hurricane.
Oh, by the way, let's not forget
A permanent
Warcraft.
super hurricane.
The WoW elves are some of the snootiest.
Okay.
I actually love the lore behind it because the leader of the original elves was so narcissistic and egocentric. She basically she went to one group. So there was multiple warring groups not in the world. Like we're talking like cosmic, multiple warring groups. She goes to one group and says, I'll give you, like, land and people and resources and shit. Give me power. So they do. And then she goes to their enemies and goes, I'll give you land, people, and worship and resources and shit, so give me power. And so they do. And then the other side finds out about it, and she's like, well, give me more power and I'll switch to your side. So they do.
I'm gonna assume that this continues for some time and an almost
No. See, then she tried to do it again, and they were like, excuse fucking you. We already gave you power. Now give us the shit you promised, or else we break your face. And some shit happened. The well of magic and immortality exploded, and then she started drowning. And then the old gods of evil and death and destruction were like, ha, you're drowning and all of your people are dying. We can save you, but only if you worship us. And she's like, actually, get fucked, because you need me to be alive, because no one else will worship you.
So she rolled a natural 20, I take it, on that check.
And so the old god was like, fuck you, stop being right, and granted her the power.
Also, he turned her into a fish.
Yeah.
Oof.
He was like, you're right, but I'm turning you into a fish.
That's not ideal.
According to the internet, a very sexy fish, but the internet's weird.
The internet really likes that fish.
Of course it does.
No.
Listen, that fish was put on screen, and the internet was like, we like that fish. And everybody was, all the normal people were like, guys, no.
Yeah, so this is her originally, Max, if you look at the stream. This is who she was beforehand. You can feel the smug rating off her.
I can, yes.
And then she, yeah, and then she turns into this.
Okay.
The big one in the background.
And the internet's really, really into that one.
Yeah, the internet is, for some reason, really down for that. Oh yeah, and here's
That will be the internet.
the grand sundering, as the entire
By the
world
way,
explodes.
not like kinda into that, or sorta the internet's in.
Yeah. So, yep. Anyway.
And then she became a super big villain, and we got to interview that villain on our show. Because one of our co-hosts just happens to be childhood friends with the voice actress.
That's neat.
I think it's pretty neat.
Yes, Pedro, fuck you, stop being right is pretty much exactly what happened. Swear you're fealty to me, and I will save your people. Fuck you, you need my people, so, no, you're gonna save them anyway. Fuck you, stop being right.
Fuck.
You're what now? So Atin has another podcast that he's, double timing on us. It's where he talks about comics a lot instead of fan fiction, like a nerd. And,
no, to be fair, I also talk about other nerdy things, like Star Wars and stuff.
They're
But
hyper.
none of y'all will ever know where that podcast is, because I use real names on that one.
They're hyper legit, and they interview real people and shit, and they're pretty much everything we wanted to be, but we're not. Mostly because of my drinking and swearing, but that's just life, I guess.
Among other things.
Anyway, so Naruto's like, hey, can I leave? I just want to check out the area, and Jaina's like, sure. and then he disappears into a tornado, and she's like, wow, you can teleport using the elements. That's not how the Shinsui works at all, actually. The elemental effect is basically just a cosmetical change. So, yeah, there's gay stuff and shit. There was a skeleton shooting arrows at him, and he's like, that's dumb. Clearly, that's an illusion. Skeletons don't fire arrows at people.
Skeleton. I'm sorry, but really, that's the thing that he's gonna choose to disbelieve.
I mean, to be fair, if I just like went outside one day and I had to dodge an arrow being shot at by a skeleton, I too would be like, this is fucking bullshit. Skeletons don't shoot arrows at people.
Sneaky. What if you spent your entire life doing the things Naruto had? Remember,
That's
the
fair
Zetsu
enough.
clones were still a thing.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Ito Tensei was a thing. He literally got to see the resurrection technique a couple of
Which
times.
involved skeletons.
No, Isley,
those
there
small
is no
forms.
elemental versions of the high speed movement technique.
Skeleton warrior.
The leaf shinobi are shown doing it, and they have leaves appear as a cosmetic. The sand shinobi have sand appear as a cosmetic and shit. It's the
Yeah.
same technique. It's just a cosmetical difference that for some
I'm sorry.
reason is cultural.
All I can think of now is the elemental nations developing cosmetic effects out of vanity.
That's 100% what happened.
You know,
Oh, I know. It's like what it's like.
there's at least one weirdo ninja who's like, it's Wednesday. I think I'm gonna do the lightning version of this today. I think I'm gonna
Well,
go
it's
for
like
lightning
someone. As much as I hate Tumblr, someone on Tumblr accurately pointed out how overly dramatic. Like the only part of Anakin that survived becoming Darth Vader was a flair for dramatics. Think about.
I kind of want to see a cloud ninja just get Storm Spirit's lightning clone.
Oh, good lord.
Just every single time they high speed movement, they just leave one behind, and they just do various poses as they go.
No, it's sneaky. It's just various poses of middle fingers.
You know what? That is a B thing, if nothing else.
Yeah. Ball lightning would be broken as hell, but you would need such a massive fucking chakra reserve to do it.
Okay, but B could get away with it. He's the Eight Tails.
Ah. Yeah,
A could also get away with it, because A is one of those, like, I'm a freak of nature with a massive chakra pool. Get on my level.
Well, and I'm pretty sure if he could ever get a hang of it, Naruto could do it.
Maybe. No, he's wind aligned. He couldn't. He would have trouble doing a lightning nature.
You're right. Sasuke would figure it out.
Chidori Ball. God damn it, Sasuke! Not everything has to be a variation of Chidori.
You know what? You know what that is? Sasuke stays with the village, sees Naruto's Rasen Shuriken. Hey, Kakashi, ever tried just throwing this at people?
Throwing the Chidori. Okay. But
because like we know that eventually the two do figure out like, oh, I can extend it, but I don't think either of them's ever had thought of what if I just lob it like a grenade?
Well, no, Max, ball lightning is where you move forward in a linear direction at a accelerated speed as surrounded in a cage of electricity. And
I mean,
the
no, they
farther
literally
you
turn themselves
go,
into a. He turns himself into a ball of bullshit.
yeah, I know, but the farther you go, the more damage you deal. But it also obviously drains you at a massive level per second it's active.
Huh.
And so it's just like a moment of like fucking A just appearing on the battlefield, one-shotting Naruto because he just did it all the way from Cloud.
Oh, good
Boom!
lord, Sneaky! Can you imagine? The best part is because of the way Naruto works, you could track that. You could track that path, right?
Leaves lightning clones doing various flexes.
Lightning
God.
clones that explode. Oh my god! Can you imagine some poor kid is like, "Oh, what's this shiny?" Boom!
This is a really weird statue of our glorious leader explodes into lightning. Well, I guess I'm gonna go die now. Anyway, so yeah, Naruto's fighting a skeleton. And he just cuts the skeleton in half. And the skeleton disintegrates. He's like, oh, okay.
What
So he
kind
sneaks
of
back
punk
in.
ass skeleton is that?
Probably a punk ass skeleton. And so Naruto gets some food, and he eats some food.
And goes, "Man, the food here fucking blows. Where's my ramen?" Unfortunately, little does Naruto know that in order to go to ramen, he's going to have to do a Final Fantasy 15 crossover to get that sweet, sweet cup noodle promotion.
Oh my god. So Naruto jumps out the window and everyone panics and they try to slow him down, but for some reason their magic doesn't work on him.
Excuse me. What? Listen, there are enough overly dramatic assholes
And then
in
Naruto does a
that
hero's
universe.
landing and then he turns around and goes, "Oh wow, that's really high up. I didn't know that." And everyone's sweat droop at Naruto, not realizing how high up he was before he jumped out the window.
Okay, no, listen. There are enough overly dramatic jackasses in Dalaran alone for them to just go, somebody jumped out the window.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, pretty much every single mage has access to slow fall. And I know when I was bored when I was a mage, I would definitely play the game of how low can I go before I need to activate Slowfall?
And that, Sneaky, the fun version of that game is how low can I go in Molten Core before I have to activate Slow Fall?
Oh, God. So you just reminded me of all the shit that I had banned in Watlock. I was the cause of several Winter Grasp changes. As I got a very large guild to follow some of my ideas. Some of those ideas being arming everyone with engineer-made bombs because they did siege damage with the new siege mechanics that they added during Winter Grasp. And what we would do is we would wait for Winter Grasp to start, and then we would fly in from behind Winter Grasp and just drop into the courtyard, drop a bunch of engineer bombs at the main door, and just blow it open and win instantly. They nerfed that literally a day later. Other shit I did was in the PvP Attack of the Ancients. They also removed the ability for bombs to do siege damage from that one because I started distributing siege bombs, and then that became a popular tactic. So that was like 3 days later, that got removed. And then you couldn't enter with. And then after I abused the parachute mechanics by getting a bunch of engineers to have the cake parachute, and because what they did was they to counter the whole flying into winter harass while a battle is going thing, is they would automatically dismount you and give you a parachute to float down. But that would obviously also put you, and if you were too low, it would teleport you to a certain distance. But it would put you too far out to be inside the base. So what I did is I convinced a bunch of people to use click off the the buff, because it was a buff and not a debuff, and click off the buff to disable the parachute given to us, and then right before we crashed into the ground inside the courtyard again, we would activate our own parachutes and not take fall damage and kill them all and win the game anyway. That turned into you just being flat out teleported whenever you entered with your grasp. I won't say I know I say I'm the source of the changes, but I was definitely on the forefront on my server of several PvP exploits, and my server was one of the biggest PvP servers.
What server were you on?
Arthas.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, the only server I was ever even remotely that I was ever part of that was ever even remotely well known, Bloodfin, back in the in Galaxy days. Good old Bloodfin.
But no, I convinced Bane to go along with my ideas occasionally, and fucking Bane, man. Oh, so this is the part where I rage quit the story. Is everyone ready for this part? I was hungry, I took a shortcut, is that so bad? Naruto asked rhetorically, as Jaina came over with a high elf. Naruto, this is Lena Inverse, our most talented sorceress around. She'll be testing your skills. And as we do not have time, please do everything you can.
No. Fuck you, author. Fuck
Author's
you
note.
and your lazy writing.
Author's note. Please read endnotes for explanation as to why Lena Inverse is in this story.
It's not how that works. You can't just go, there's an author's note. No.
Let's see what we got here. By the way, before any more people complain that I have Lena Inverse in here, is that my excuse is that Lena Inverse is not the Lena Inverse from Slayers. This is the Lena Inverse from Dota.
No.
Though
She's still
some
not
of the
canon.
moves she will use may be the originals. Before you write to tell me about that, I got Dragon Slave's power wrong, or the name wrong. I know it's Dragon Slayer in the anime. No, it's Dragon Slave. It's still Dragon Slave. Dragon Slave is called Dragon Slave is because it's literally. Remember, it's actually a different character. That is all by. That is by far the most infuriating explanation I've ever received. It's not the Lena Inverse from Slayers, it's the Lena Inverse from Dota. You mean the one based on Slayers? You know all the Dota heroes were based on other properties, right, author?
And they got away with that because it was a mod? and then because they got so far into being a mod that basically they couldn't call them on it anymore.
And it literally took Blizzard threatening to sue Valve to even get Skeleton King changed to Wraith King, Wisp changed to Io, and Wind Ranger changed to Wind Runner. Even
No,
though
but they all got changed at different times, didn't they?
they did. Blizzard had to try and threaten to sue them multiple times to get
A
those
different
new-
one for a different time for. Well, because I thought Io got changed very early on, didn't he?
Yeah, it did because Wisp actually ended up being a trademark.
Oh, that's right. They trademarked it.
Yeah. While Skeleton King was filed under Skeleton King, it was filed under
Bone Man Extraordinaire.
infringement of similarities or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, basically, while they didn't have a character called Skeleton King in a Blizzard property, he was a Blizzard property model. And so they were like, well, you can't just use a model and name from our property, so you have to change that. And then Windrunner's name was changed because it was a name of one of the characters that Blizzard has in WoW, so they were able to get it off that, I guess.
Well, and my favorite part is, like, nothing changed, right? What'd they change her name to? Wind Ranger.
No, or is it Wind? I don't know what it is. Everyone calls her WR. I don't think anyone knows her actual name at this point.
No, I'm literally looking at it in Dota.
Oh,
it's
it is
Wind
Wind
Ranger.
Runner? Okay, yeah.
No, Ranger, not Runner. Wind Runner was the one
right.
they couldn't use anymore.
Right, yes. Hold on. I have to search for this if Maximum Heresy is here. Laguna. Yep. Okay. So Laguna Blade, even in Dota, Laguna Blade. Can you bring up Laguna Blade for Dota, or I guess I will.
I was gonna say mid game, can't do it.
Okay. Let me read it here. The air around Lena becomes so intensely torrid that it scorches a foe that came too close with white-hot lightning. It deals pure damage, obviously with the scepter, but it originally dealt pure damage.
Was it always pure damage? I thought it was. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was always.
Originally, it was pure damage. Then they changed it to magical piercing.
And then they changed it to, and then if you spend a bunch of money, you can get the pure version.
Yeah. Yeah, so Laguna Blade, in its Slayer's form, kills gods.
By the way, it was originally called Laguna Blade because the particle effect really messed with the source engine.
Yeah, Laguna Blade. Yeah.
No, by the way, I'm not joking about that. People
I
made
know.
that joke. Laguna Blade really did cause a frame rate dip in the original source.
I
engine.
know. It's great.
That was for other people, Sneaky.
It was great.
Nowadays, it's freaking Monkey King. Have they fixed Monkey King breaking the fucking frame rate yet?
No, they haven't. But anyway, Laguna Blade in Dota 2 is still absurdly powerful. It's of course nowhere near Slayer's vs. Laguna Blade, which kills gods.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Lita's killed a god with that thing in Dota, at least.
She's killed a couple gods in Dota.
Like, she's killed Zeus with it.
Wow, they were actually, they even kept close to the truth. In the Scorched Baron of Misrule, Lena learned to manipulate the fiery breath of the desert dragon as a form of entertainment. Yes. Wow, that's actually fairly close to canon for Slayers. But I mean, obviously, it's a nuclear bomb in Slayers, and it's only a massive wave of scorching fire that literally can one-shot units at its later levels. But getting hit by Laguna Blade pretty much should kill you, Naruto. Even if you are Naruto.
Look, it's a bad time for
Yeah.
everyone involved.
Anyway, so this story is just garbage. The author is uncreative, and he apparently really liked... Right, I forgot to shift this over to completed fanfics. Covered.
Yeet, delete.
So, we haven't done a full... Okay, you know what? Full Metal Alchemist Worm.
Oh no!
This is probably going to be hot garbage.
Probably. You're giving this thing too much credit, my man.
Fully Auto Alchemist. Yeah, Otosuki Transmigrant. Yeah, it's on there.
That's the best you can come up with, my man?
Fully Auto Alchemist. What do you get when you mix a good hot, a shrew mind, and a no taboos? You get the savior of dogs. I thought you got what you fucking deserve. The savior of dogs. The master prankster. The expert whaler. Gustav Schmidt. I feel like I already... You know, I already feel this is going, and I don't like it. Alright, so it's original character. Reviews his own story. Thank you for the love. So we got chapter 2 review. Fuck this shit. Your writing in this chapter is so messy and all over the goddamn place, I can't understand what the fuck is going on. It seems to me like you don't take this story seriously. I wish this website had a blacklist option so I never had to see it again.
Okay.
And then we have 2 people saying it's great. Of course we do. Well, too bad I'm not dead yet. For some time, I was pretty badly sick last time you and I seen each other. Thankfully, I'm starting to feel better now. Why don't I continue the other ones, you might say to me? No, the only thing I have to say to you is a sharp retort that is not allowed on Twitch guidelines. So, unfortunately, that will have to be delayed. I have this idea in me head more than others. That's about it all this. I'm doing it for fun, and right now, this is funner to me. Wall stuff. I don't own money-making ideas to my name. Not any alchemy, bug, weapon, or toys. The only idea that may get money is a line of jam and jellies that I've been missing for some time now.
What the fuck?
I am way too fucking sober to put up with this bullshit. Right. Let me just pop the... God, that is smooth. Craft vodka, indeed.
I have come also with drinks. I am here to acquire drunkenness with you.
You're just in time.
Excellent.
No, I don't do Kato Hitman. Nope. Denied.
What are you talking about?
Vodka opening ASMR.
I see.
Drink pouring ASMR.
We can get Oh, I know an ASMR Sneaky can do. He can do an ASMR calling you an idiot.
Fucking trash.
Sneaky calls you trash at 3 a.m.
He tells you how bad your writing
Sneaky
is.
calls you trash for 4 hours straight at low volume.
You know what, Sneaky? Let's just record that and see what happens.
No, see, that would actually take me fucking time, and 4 hours of my life is way too much.
No, we can do it in like 30-minute chunks.
Nope, don't care, Pedro. I fucking hate that series. I'm not covering it. As I look at the gate for 3rd time in my life, I think to myself, I should train my dog better. One moment.
He's acquiring more vodka, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. It's so smooth. Now, I know what many people would say to this. Why the hell would you risk breaking the taboo for that? Those people get a free suplex on the fully auto pain train of righteousness. Sorry,
I hate this author already.
I need to read that in a better voice. Okay, you're a wrestler. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Those people get a free suplex on the fully auto pain train of righteousness.
Not bad, not bad. Could be a little more could be a little deeper, but overall 6 out of 10.
Thank you. I get roll into landing in front of myself.
That was certainly an attempt at words.
That wasn't supposed to be Hulk Hogan. That was just supposed to be a wrestler. Fuck you, Arn. That may sound weird, but it's the truth. I wonder why so many people say bad things about themselves. I take note of my lack of the smile. You realize people say bad things about themselves because they're self-aware of their flaws and issues? And that if you don't think that there is any flaws or issues in of yourself, I hate to break it to you, but I know one of your issues. It's always nice to put people into their place, except it's the wrong there. But can you please stop taking the fun out of it? Question mark. Happy is in the mood for this place, but enough of my preaching to a rock. I have a deal to work out with you.
I hate this person.
Who would have thunk it? Me making deals with myself. That makes me sound like a moody teen. or someone on New Year's Eve, or someone who just likes talking to themselves out loud to collect their thoughts, or someone in a desperate scenario, or someone making a promise to themselves that they know they won't keep, but they say it anyway because they try to feel like they're trying to be a good person. Not moody teens. What do I have in mind? If you were me, you'd know what I want. I see me white fist draw back in anger. Then it falls to side like wimp dick. Wimp dick.
Okay.
All that I am is truth. I may be you, but I'm not the you that you can think for you. I quickly lean into my face. That was helpful not. Now what do I want with myself? Well, besides a female clone to bone. Ha 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 ha. I chuckled as I shuffled away from myself. In one of the timelines, outsiders are threatening the destruction of everything. I would like to remind you, if you go back, you'll be put to death. With that in mind, how about going over there as my instrument of destruction to counter their destruction? As long as you kill all of the invaders, I'll let you goof around there as a demigod until you die. I stand up onto one foot and start spinning. On one hand, I could fuck with the sins, or on the other hand, I could dick harder people. I do love the game, I do to them. Like punch run burn clothes. I think it's getting too old now, and it takes forever to fix myself after the fun. Now, I know you're, but it's the wrong form of your.
This is
Trying,
so bad.
I have
Everything
I
here
have
is terrible.
so many questions.
trying to think of way to milk. As long as Jebediah is okay, I'm ready for whatever I am planning to do. This time it is I who leans back for space. I know I chose you for a reason, but just okay. With that, I start to swim through hands and wait the longest learning session of my life. God, it's too long. The chapter is over.
God help us, let it be the last.
I feel like this author's like a fucking on drugs while he's writing this, and/or is a Malkavian, because I just keep thinking the Malkavian mod, like either the Malkavian mod or like Malkavians from fucking Vampire the Masquerade. This is the way he's talking is just so fucking.
Alright, I have
What?
good news for everyone. This author has never ever updated a story past January 23rd, 2019.
Oh,
So
thank the Lord.
we can all be grateful that they are officially dead as far as fanfiction.net's concerned.
Thank the Lord.
It's even worse because their profile is new person to writing, but they misspelled writing. Hopefully good. Please take care of me.
Unfortunately, we have to say to you that you are not good.
What the fuck is this?
This has to be a meme. This has to be a meme. This has to be a fucking meme, I swear.
I'm sorry to tell you, sir.
I I'm so glad that chapter was short. Okay, now we never have to look at that story again. Fate Stay Night, D times D. Fate Stay Night, infinite crossovers.
Am I saying Malkavian right, by the way? I'm probably mispronouncing
Probably not. Please be patient, I have the autism. Please be patient, I have the drunk.
it. We know you're drunk.
So, Bleach Mass Effect story is gonna close out the night.
Oh, no.
Is it just me, or is Nose Hair just getting progressively quieter?
It's getting quieter.
My mic was being dumb. Apologies. Is that better?
Mildly. Oh, what the fuck is this? Okay, well, no, this is on our list, my dude.
Oh, joy.
So, yeah, we haven't done it yet, though. So this is Bleach Mass Effect crossover called Are We Alone? What if gods were real? Many have wondered what would happen if these all-powerful beings were proven to exist. I read Are We Alone as Are We Anime? We anime now, boys!
What did I miss?
Mass Effect is now anime. Enjoy.
We anime now, boys.
Okay, but listen, if we could get like a Mass Effect anime and it was written well, that could work really well.
Wait, you don't mean you don't want a really shittily done cartoonified version of a really poorly written Mass Effect fan fiction as the
You're
only
right.
media
Sneaky!
representation?
You know what we need? We need Mass Effect the Saturday morning cartoon.
No.
No,
No,
Mass
we-
Effect
no,
the
we
80s
don't.
Saturday morning cartoon.
Consider the following. No.
Come on, Max, you're with me on this, right?
I'm not attached to Mass Effect.
Oh,
Gotta
come
be
on,
honest,
Sneaky.
around
Even
the time I considered like binging those games, Mass Effect 3 came out, and people were angry.
Sneaky.
Andros says, I thought this fic died a long time ago because I gave up on it. I mean, it updated on January 3rd.
Oh, that's actually pretty recent.
Relatively
He
speaking.
averages about 40k words a year, which isn't bad. It's not great as far as a massive crossover goes, but it's not bad. But the problem is how he handles the crossover. This is one of the stories that I originally picked up to read on my own because I thought it looked interesting. And then I tried reading it on my own, and I was like, wow. This is shit. And what would occur if they ever stepped free from the ether? What would those who had once worshipped them do? How would the other races of the galaxy react, knowing that gods exist only for the humans? What changes in fate would occur if one such of these gods appeared on Elysium? Oh, I don't know. What? Author's note. I came up with this gem of a story a while ago, but I have finally written a chapter for it and decided to do nothing with it. But then I had this inspiration to do it. And so here it is. A crossover that I thought would have been poor. But instead, I feel that it can have a great amount of potential done right. This is an interesting concept, I will admit, that I have not done before. In my stories, I usually have the perspectives of both groups, but this time, I want to convey a sense of unknown and mystery. So instead of focusing on each side, I will focus solely on one side. Who better than to focus on the helpless mortals as they watch the gods running around, wrecking their shit. I hope you will enjoy.
No, we won't.
Probably not. So, the spoilers here is that Ichigo ends up on Elysium the day of the pirate raid. And he's like, well, I can't just let humans die. So he takes his sword and cuts ships in half. And then everyone's like, oh my god, who's this guy that can cut ships in half with a sword? And that's actually where I dropped the story, so I couldn't even tell you more about it if I wanted to. Alright, so chapter 1. The gods walk among us.
Excellent.
It was chaos. Dozens of bodies littered the streets, while ruined buildings with the barriers that narrowed the perception of the entire city was just like the one street. Fires were consuming everything. No building or person was spared from the flame. The entire city was being destroyed, and it had only begun an hour ago, and everything already seemed to be over. But in actuality, it had only begun. For this was the
Use your words.
the mechanizations.
Mechanizations. Which I'm
No,
not
no,
even
the
sure that's actually-
Mexicanizations, Max. They're all becoming Gundam
Gundam
Tequila.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Sneaky's drunk. He shouldn't be trying to say words related to heavy machinery. So
I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. But
I know
I'll
it's not how
accept
that
it anyway.
thank you.
Oof, wow, that handmade Japanese vodka really
If
Really?
you love your handmade Japanese vodka so much, why don't you marry it?
that really gets to you.
He might just marry it.
It's true, he might.
Oh.
You know, you can be ordained within like an hour.
Oof.
Someone go do that.
You must now refer to me
I don't
as
wanna do it.
Pastor Devil from now on. I shall lead this congregation. You can feel free to join it. I don't hold grudges.
Sorry, you're saying you don't hold grudges?
Religious grudges. Other grudges I definitely hold. Why?
Yeah, just glad you clarified that, because you personally told me about your shit list. And
Yeah,
how
my
no one
shit
has
list.
ever gotten off the shit list except for maybe people.
I have a couple people added to the shit list now.
Oh, I'm sure you do. I expect
Mm.
that thing updates at least once a year.
It updates every time I have to deal with retail, which, amusingly enough, my boss was fed up with one of the banks we were serving. And, because we don't have any space left, and we have informed all the banks of this, but they still ordered $500,000 in ones. And so they sent it to us, and we're just like, are you fucking shitting me? Where are we supposed to put all these? And my boss was like, these fucking morons over at HR and in charge of hiring and communications today just don't care. I've told them multiple times. They're blah blah blah. I'm just like, oh. Tell us how you really feel about HR of the customers we serve, boss. But I gotta say, I hate $1 bills. I hate looking at $1 bills.
Ah, come on, Sneaky. Don't you want to make it rain?
No, dude, you don't understand. I had to handle over $750,000 in $1 bills because some of these fucking clients of ours are like, oh no, the fucking world's gonna end and money's gonna inflate as everyone makes runs on the bank, because that's what you do when the world ends, is you attack the bank for all that money that you can't use anymore because it's not worth anything. And then the zombie virus starts and we all die because we're just really dumb. See what I have to put up with. Anyway, so pirates attack Elysium, and it's canon shit going on here. The author tries to make it dramatic with some woman trying to put up a final fight, and just before she dies, Ichigo comes in to save the day, and then he gets reminded that he shouldn't interfere with the lives of mortals, and he's just standing there like, oh. Mortals are dying around me. What do? I can't protect them according to the rules. And then he goes, fuck the rules. I am the police. And materializes himself and reveals himself to the world and proceeds to shoot a bunch of bad guys. And he just walked in and started blasting with his sword.
I've never thought to compare Ichigo to the card, but apparently this author did.
A card?
Uh, in Star Trek Next Generation, there are constant cases of like, but the Prime Directive, and Picard just being like, he at least pretends to consider it, and says, "Nah, fuck it."
Ah.
The Prime Directive says X. I don't care.
Have you guys ever watched an episode of TNG where like, oh, there's a civilization on this planet? Well, we're not supposed to interfere.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The Codex Astartes does not.
I thought you said a
Oh, listen
car.
here. He does not give a damn about the Codex Astartes.
I thought you said a car, and I'm just sitting here like, why the fuck is Ichigo a car?
The Holy Inquisition would like a word with you, Atin.
Truck
The Holy
gun.
Inquisition can consult the Codex Astartes.
Yeah, I'm
Hmm.
sorry.
I have stumbled upon a cure for drunkenness. It's drinking more alcohol.
No, that's called double dipping. You're not supposed to do that.
No, see, I'm drinking until I'm sober. And it's working. Because now I can read the screen again. And I can stop rambling about... I don't even know what the fuck I was saying for like the past 15 minutes. It's sneaky. Drinking until I'm sober works for him. See, I'm already getting sober. That means it's working. Or it means I forgot to drink more.
So, no matter what happens, you've achieved a fail state. That's what you're saying.
If the fail state is becoming sober, then yes.
Yeah, but the fail state is also staying drunk and not being able to read. You're gonna have to find some sort of middle ground here.
I don't think there's a middle ground between being unable to read and being able to read. And personally, as a blind person, I feel like I am excessively qualified to talk about this subject.
You know what? I'm not going to argue with you about it.
Argue what?
Just saying, like, I don't really think that's anything, but whatever.
Arn says there's also the ability to read wrongly. But Arn, that's implying I never read things correctly. Yeah, so anyway, that's right. Ichigo shows up and he zip zap zabooms. And he's like dashing everywhere, and they're all like, "Oh my god! What the fuck's going on?" And he just cuts everyone down. And they're like, "Oh, our whole ground force is dead! Some guy is cutting them all down with a sword!" And the captain goes, "What do you mean, sword?" And the guy goes, "Well, it's a sword." And he swings it, and then it's a gun. Sword.
One might even say it's some kind of gunblade.
Sure, but there's no gun built into his blade. It's just...
Yeah, you know, because that's something that Bleach could have used. Giving Ichigo a gunblade.
You know, honestly, I feel like...
Okay, but come on. Just make Ichigo a Final Fantasy protagonist.
Well, no, I mean, guys, I really feel like because the Japanese people who are dying and entering their souls into Soul Society, I feel like at least one of them would be Shinigami level, and that one person would at least have a gunblade.
There's at least one Final Fantasy fan among the squads.
Yeah, exactly. There's at least one guy whose sword is also a gun. Speaking of which, I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn.
I had to mute myself because of my dogs, but what you guys just said reminded me of fucking Ishin, like Ishin the Death Guard captain, just fucking fights Hollows with a sword and then instantly just pulls out a Glock and then just fucking shoots them in the face.
A Glock? Come on now. Ishin's a man of class. Ishin would have an Uzi.
Oh, I was gonna say 5'7", but yeah, that works too, I guess.
Come and
Actually,
face
wait,
me.
no. Guys,
Bang.
guys. Ishin's so good at one-shotting people. He clearly has a deagle.
That's true.
Hesitation is defeat.
No, hesitation is defeat. One deeg.
No.
One deed.
I go all of you.
You're just mad you didn't think of it first.
A little bit. So anyway, the people are mad, and they're butt mad. They're real butt mad. Lots of butt mad going on. Extra butt mad the side of butt mad. Yeah. And yeah, so Ichigo just shows up, kills a shit ton of people, saves a bunch of people, and that's pretty much the first chapter as far as I can tell. Not like anyone else cares. It's just a really stupid crossover story. The author's note really should have given that away because he really tries to progress the plot and overall story of everything by using the intel pages and like slowly filling them out about factions and alliances and the trading routes they do and stuff. Yeah, sure, that's great and all. That doesn't help us immediately. Honestly, I kind of just want to fix all my ships. Yeah, so anyway, garbage. It's just, and then then the chapter's over. So yeah, Ichigo basically shows up, kills a bunch of people. Everyone freaks out that there's this one guy killing a bunch of people. The Alliance are looking for him to capture / interrogate / recruit him. The pirates are looking out for him because he's super spooky now. And I believe the next turn up is some sort of ramifications for him doing that. I could care, but honestly, I fucking can't. I don't care. And yeah, so that is actually the end of the chapter. Is the author introduces Ichigo, has him kill a bunch of people, and then just chills out and waits for the next orders to come up. Yep. I'm not really stringing too much sense together anymore, so I'm gonna call it a night here. Oh, wow!
There's
actually,
nothing really for us to talk about anyway.
That's actually right on time, though. For every boost from an Uzi, a Jew gains a shekel. No, Uzi wasn't made by the Jews. You're
I wanna
thinking
know
of
where
the
he's got this
Desert Eagle.
idea.
The pistol, the really thick pistol that's heavy, fires 50 caliber AE rounds. Uzi was not made by the Jews.
Actually, it was.
Wait,
It was definitely made in Israel, my dude. It's
fuck.
yeah, it's an Israeli gun.
Really?
It was designed in the late 1400s.
I'm gonna be.
The late 1400s, you say?
I was trying
Subscribing
to
to the
say
myth of Jewish Supertech, huh?
yes. I was trying to say late 40s, but then I said 14.
I genuinely thought that the Uzi was made by Asians.
No, it was an Israeli design gun specifically because The Israelis need a personal defense weapon for rear echelon troops, I think, and they wanted to make it cheap, so they just made it out of stamped steel.
Oh, that's really cool and all, except the Uzi's fucking garbage.
Well,
Well,
yeah, but Sneaky,
yes.
if they're attacking your rear echelon troops, you don't care about like efficiency. They just need to shit bullets.
I suppose that's
Literally
true.
just shit bullets.
Alright, well, either way, this has been an informative session for everyone, I believe. We all learned something here today. Like, Nosehair, for example, learned that he has a new fetish. I won't share the fetish because that would be a violation of his Fifth Amendment. But,
What?
yeah.
You know what? I'm not even gonna ask.
We all had fun here, I'm sure. You know? But either way, it is 9 o'clock. It is not it's 9:01 actually. So I will free everyone from the confines of this jail. But I heartily encourage you all to return next time on Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. There is literally a free time zone converter, so you shouldn't be confused when that is. Other than that, let's get to it. I'll see you all next time. Because there's always more and it always gets worse.